Well, good afternoon. I'm Tony Nesrell. I'm the CEO at Titusville Hospital. And on behalf of everyone here, we'd like to welcome you and thank you for coming to help us celebrate something that was a very pleasant surprise. And I would like to acknowledge our guests, Michael Wolf, the Secretary of Health for the state of Pennsylvania, Amy Tirzak, the Director of Communications, Ann Chronister, the Director of the Bureau of Facility Licensure and Certification, Joanne Salzgiver, the Division of Acute Care and Ambulatory Care Director. We also have with us Brenda Cameron, the Health Quality Administrator from the Department of Health from our local area, and Dixie Buckley, who is a health facility examiner who we see on a regular basis.
But today you're smiling about
But
it.
today I'm happy to see. I'd also like to acknowledge Scott Whalen, the CEO of St. Vincent's, who I was surprised to see walk in the door. Thank you, Scott. And members of our board of directors, Nancy Worden, and I know that Pat Walker and Cheryl Walker are here. A member of our parent corporation board, Lou Weingart and his wife Paula, and I hope I'm not missing anyone. Oh, Mrs. English, I'm sorry. And Steve Coleman, of course, Secretary of our Board of Directors, who will be accepting the award on behalf of the board. So, I also have to acknowledge the folks that are standing around that I can't individualize, but they are really the reason that we're here today. Our employees and our staff that come here every day and make sure that the patients are taken care of and things are done the way they're supposed to be done. And I will say a little bit more about that later. But in the interest of time and staying on track, it is my privilege and my pleasure to introduce Secretary of Health for the state of Pennsylvania, Michael Wolf.
Thank you, Tony. I may take you with me I like the brief introduction. Thank you. I'd also be remiss if I didn't say, Scott, it's good to see you again. And part of the reason I wanted to make sure I said that was Scott's hospital last year, St. Vincent's, received this award. They were on the last day of the trip last year, and today we're on the first day of what is a week-long trip across the great state of Pennsylvania. So it's a great pleasure that I'm here today to honor the absolutely exceptional work that's being done by all of you, and I think Tony, with, I apologize.
It's okay.
All the work that's being done by a lot of the people who are standing up back there. You all are doing phenomenal work here at Titusville Area Hospital. You have a beautiful facility, and I've enjoyed the opportunity to tour. This is the second year we are presenting these awards, and I have to tell you, it's just as exciting the second year as it was the first year. A few weeks ago, I had the honor of traveling around the state with Governor Corbett as he introduced our Healthy Pennsylvania plan. It's a plan that's aimed to increase access to quality, affordable health care for all Pennsylvanians, no matter where they live. Hospitals obviously play a critical role in moving this plan forward and ensuring our success. But that isn't something I really need to tell you, is it? Because you're already fulfilling your role by ensuring delivery of constant quality care to your patients day in and day out, which leads us here today. Today, during National Healthcare Quality Week, we are here to recognize your facility for demonstrating excellence in meeting state regulations. Please note this, you are only one of 7 of the state's 220 healthcare facilities, not to mention the only facility in the entire northwestern region of the state to have no health citations during the last licensure survey and no major life safety code deficiencies during the last building inspection. Annual state surveys cover a variety of areas, so to be 100% compliant through the entire survey process is truly an accomplishment and a testament to the remarkable staff members who work tirelessly every day to provide top quality health care to patients in this facility. You are not only doing a good job here at Titusville, you are doing an outstanding job. And for that, you should be very proud of yourselves. Thank you to all of you for your hard work and your leadership. If you continue what you've started here, I promise I will be back next year to deliver the exact same award. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge two representatives from our local legislators who are, I was joking around with some of them that I think we passed today. They were headed to Harrisburg and we were headed here. Becky from Representative James' office and Robin from Senator Hutchins' office. I would also like to acknowledge another important individual that with the department who is unfortunately not with us today, and that is Deputy Secretary Anne Marie Sosong, who cannot be here, but we are delighted to have Ann Chronister here on her behalf. As Tony said, she's the director for the Bureau of Facility Licensure and Certification, and part of the reason either Ann or Anna Maria is joining us all week is, quite frankly, the idea for this award is theirs. So we wanted to go out of our way to talk about hospitals and what they're doing, the good things that they are doing. And we think it's very important for us to do that. So now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, I'd like to call Joanne Salzgiver to the podium. Joanne is the department's Chief of Division of Acute and Ambulatory Care, and it's only fitting, since she and her team work with your facility on a daily basis, that she present you with the award today. Joanne?
Bring this down to
I was going to say, we have to do this last year.
my level. Yeah, when we do our road show, we always have to do a little adjustment. This is a big deal. Quality does not depend on the number of beds you have, or the services that you provide, or the procedures that you're doing in your facility. You are still held to the same standards and the same regulations that any other hospital in the state of Pennsylvania is held to, not dependent on size or location. So don't let anyone tell you, oh well, blah, 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 blah. You have the same standards as everyone else. Brenda and Dixie look at the same standards, no matter what facility they're in. So we are very pleased to be here today and to give you this award. And I think I heard Scott was going to accept it. Steve? Okay. See, I get the good part. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you'll all get to see it closer up later. But I'll read it. It says, 2013 Award for Excellence in Healthcare Compliance. The Pennsylvania Department of Health presents to Titusville Area Hospital for your outstanding dedication to meeting state healthcare regulations. This award is presented on behalf of the Pennsylvania Department of Health. And congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to accept the award for excellent healthcare compliance on behalf of the Titusville Area Hospital Board of Directors, our medical staff, hospital administration, our entire staff, and our volunteers. Those of us who live in this community, work or volunteer at the hospital, and benefit from having high quality patient care right here in our community know what a special place Titusville Area Hospital is. It is gratifying to receive this recognition and validation from no less than the Pennsylvania Secretary of Health. We're truly blessed to have the hospital and the folks gathered here. I would like to thank the Pennsylvania Department of Health for this honor and recognition of our efforts to provide a safe, clean environment for patient care and for being an organization that is responsive to the needs of our patients. I'd like to turn it back over to Tony.
I just have to hold this for a second. I would just like to conclude, and I promise I will not make you stand there all day. But there are just certain things I think that have to be said, and I think Joanne said it best. In this case, size doesn't matter. It's a situation where the standards are the standards, and everybody's held to the same standard, and we try every day to meet that standard. And they asked me for a quote to put in the press release, and I just want to reiterate it. Most importantly, this award is for our entire staff who directly impact patient care every day and deserve every bit of credit and gratification that comes with this award. A lot of you folks standing out there, you don't get in the spotlight, but as far as our patients are concerned, you're in the spotlight. And I might take this opportunity, and the secretary and the staff might not know this, but Titusville Area Hospital has been in the top 10% of hospitals in the state of Pennsylvania for patient satisfaction for the last 4 years. It's not a fluke. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to acknowledge Linda Harris, our Vice President for Patient Services. Because I know most of the folks who work here are very familiar with Linda, and as I told the secretary, you know, she makes us ready for this survey 365 days a year. And Linda, it paid off. Thank you. That concludes my formal remarks. I'd like to invite all of you to join us in the cafeteria, which is to my right and just around the corner, to have some refreshments and maybe get something to tide you over for the middle of the day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
Tony, you are obviously very proud of this. What goes into bringing this about? I know that you spoke about that, but is there anything maybe that you could give us a little insight on what brings this about?
I think it's dedication. And again, I cited the fact that our patient satisfaction has been extremely good for the last 4 years, and it's due to the staff here. They come to work every day thinking about the patient, thinking about what's right for the patient, thinking about what they have to do to make the patient experience a satisfactory one, and it shows. And I don't think you can say any more than that. It shows.
Thank you so much. Steve,
Yes.
you accepted for the hospital. This must make you very proud for the community.
Absolutely. I'm on the board. This is my second stint. First term was 9 years, so I'm not sure how far I'm into my second term. But we really are fortunate to have the hospital, and so on behalf of just one board member, I'm glad to be representing them. But we regularly at our board meetings talk about the quality outcomes and any risks that are encountered. So it is something that we focused on, and this shows that it's something that's gotten proper attention.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Steve.
you're welcome.
Secretary Wolf, if we could have you right there, please.
How are you?
Couple of questions. I'm doing well. Nice to see you. Glad you're able to be here today.
Not a problem.
I feel a little bit like Mutt and Jeff. So, this must make you very happy to be able to go to one of maybe only 7 hospitals in the state that get this award. How does this reflect on the Department of Health?
I think we're very happy to be out talking about quality and why quality in healthcare facilities is important. One of 7 facilities, and I think the Titusville area should be very happy that their hospital is one of those places. It's an important award for us. It's something that is still fairly new for us. We're in year 2, but we think it's the right thing for us to do, also to recognize those hospitals that have been deficiency-free and that have been doing a lot of good work. And that's what this place is doing, and that's really what today's about.
Last question, I promise. This is more of a current events question, I suppose. But with the President making remarks on the Affordable Health Care Act and the rollout and what have you, can you speak to any of the changes that might be made in Pennsylvania or how that will affect the rollout in Pennsylvania?
Unfortunately, I didn't hear exactly what the President spoke about today. I know that I heard this morning that he was going to be speaking about the rollout of the website. But I have not had the opportunity to listen specifically. I mean, for us in the state of Pennsylvania, we are working with the federal government. The administration made a decision that we were going to use the federal website. We continue to work with our partners at HHS on not only on the rollout of the website, but also looking at the question around the expansion of Medicaid and what Governor Corbett has put forward in Healthy Pennsylvania as his plan for how do we look at questions surrounding getting people access to quality care. We think that's what the conversation we should be having in Pennsylvania, not just a question of are we going to expand Medicaid.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. And congratulations for being here. Welcome to Titusville.
Appreciate that.